best. Now, moving on, the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy recently notified draft norms for an approved list of models and manufacturers, ALMM, for solar cells. It's proposed to be effective only April of 2026. These are draft norms. Now, Kotak Institutional Equities in their note says that this mandate is a potential positive for cell manufacturers. To discuss the opportunity, we have with us Saif, partner of Power and Utilities Practice at EY, joining in. Thank you very much, Mohammed, for joining in. Share your initial thoughts on this draft notification. What is the total addressable market and who would be the key players in India who would benefit, listed and unlisted?
So we have to first understand the ALMM background. This, before the intention of getting to the cell manufacturers, Government of India has already notified in 2019 the list for module manufacturers, which is, the integrated module, which has all the cells already intact. Now, this scheme went on through a process of updation. There was a pause last year, but as of now, if you see, we have almost more than 90 manufacturers who have already enlisted here. The major benefit that I see from this scheme is that most domestic manufacturers are going to have a very strong quality focus, given that we are going to be envisaged as one of the global manufacturing hub in solar very soon. So this scheme is a downstream upgrade of the earlier module manufacturer listing, where the cell manufacturers, which is the prime component of the module, are also being asked to, come into this empanelment and provide cells basis a very specific standard of quality. Now, the benefit that I'm seeing, as of now, if you look at the Indian cell market, it would be close to 7 gigawatt of manufacturing as compared to the module market, which would be somewhere around close to 70 gigawatt. When this ALMM would ensure that we would have a lot of manufacturers getting in, trying to compete in the solar cell manufacturing also, as has happened over the years in the module manufacturing. If you ask me the addressable market, I mean, I can provide sort of an initial estimate, but somewhere till 2030, we are looking at this market of solar cell to go almost 7 to 8 times what it is today. Would be somewhere around 49 to 50 gigawatt of manufacturing.
7 to 8 times by 2030 for cells?
Yes. What it is today, it is somewhere around 7 gigawatt.
7 gigawatt is cell capacity in India, and module is 70.
Module is around.
Yeah, and so far basically you had the module and then cells were imported and then put together.
Right.
You'd expect...
Right.
Yeah.
So what was happening till date was, while you had the module manufacturers which were enlisted, they had the choice of going overseas to source the cells. Now, with this step, from 2026, April 1st, what Government of India is saying is that the cell manufacturing and the sourcing by for all projects which are under the government scheme and even open access C&I consumers would be through domestic manufacturing of cells.
Okay. And so this completely, so globally, Mr. Saif, there is a big glut, right? And prices have come off very sharply. So we with these policies, we are completely insulated. We will remain insulated?
So see, we have to also understand the complete supply chain when we talk about solar cells, solar modules. But before that, you also have ingots, wafers, etc. We still would be depending a lot when you talk about the raw material for solar cells. That is a reality. But I believe in a longer term, when the domestic manufacturing would start maturing, I'm sure the supply chain overseas would also start getting, controlled in a better way. As of now, you're right, the supply chain would primarily be dependent upon the global cues.
So you make the cell here, and what goes, so there is, but we're dependent on import of wafers in a very big way, right?
Correct. Correct.
To what degree, and if prices there come off, then what does it do to, the end product?
So you have to look at it that at any point of time, whenever someone is trying to develop a solar project, the cost of the module depends upon the price trends in the global market for the raw material. So you can't predict that, but yes, it is cyclical. Depends upon a lot of factors, including the geopolitical things that are happening. So you can't predict that in a nutshell, but yes, it is coming down. If you look at the overall trend for the last 6-7 years, that is what best. But yes, controlled by foreign players as of now, if you talk about the raw material.
Okay, and if viewers who are watching and potentially investors, what part of the value chain should they focus on to invest into?
Apart from solar module and cells, or you're talking about?
Those included. What should they look at?
Right. So
actually, utilities who are putting all of this together and generating power, should they look at component makers, module cells? Which part?
So if you see, as I mentioned, that while the module manufacturing is quite getting matured, the cell manufacturing is something which actually has a very strong market when you talk about domestic manufacturing. Obviously, this would require a lot of supply chain tie-ups globally, but that again, and with a focus on this ALMM in 2026, I think the next 2 years are going to see a lot of investments in solar cell.
All right, fair enough. We leave it there. Mr. Saif, a quick primer of a discussion. I think we kind of scratched the surface, but hopefully it was useful for viewers. Thank you for